Welcome to the money management tutorial. The secret to successful trading is planning every single thing that you do. Having a proper trading plan will ensure success. Money management is a massive part of your trading plan. Here we're going to talk about how we manage our money in the e-mini markets, because in these financial markets that we trade, we have no control over what they do. We have no control over when they're going to go up or when they're going to go down, and we have no influence over what happens in any single trading day. So with that in mind, the thing that we can control is ourselves and the way that we react to what the market throws at us. And having proper, strict money management rules allows us to be able to manage ourselves not only in the good times when trading is easy and the points are flowing and the profit is really good, but in the harder times when we're finding it a little bit hard, the points aren't flowing as well as we would have liked, money management helps us to limit the amount of damage that we can do to our account until we turn ourselves back around and get back on the winner's board. So what is money management? If you look here, it's basically the amount of margin that you use on each single trade that you do. Okay, so Infinity, our broker, requires us to have at least $500 per contract in our account to trade a single contract. Okay, so if you have a $2,000 account, Infinity will allow you to trade at least 4 contracts. Okay, so they call this the margin or performance bond. That's quite a low number that they require you to have. A smarter way to go about your money management is to have a little bit of a larger margin so that if you make an error or you have a few losses in a row, your account is not really harmed. The auto trader has a margin of $2,500 set as a rule. Okay, so if you have an auto trader account and you open it up and you have $2,500 in your account, we will allow you to trade 1 contract on the system. If you have a $10,000 auto trader account, okay, you can do up to 4 contracts, and so on and so on. So we're going to look at a couple of scenarios when somebody was to use a $500 margin or a $2,500 margin. Okay, so we're looking at a $25,000 account, and each trade that we do, we have a stop loss of 1.25 points and a 2-point profit target. The scenario of the $25,000 account, where this trader was using a $500 margin and this trader was using a $2,500 margin. On $25,000 divided by the $500 margin, you would be able to trade 50 contracts maximum. Okay, so if you were to trade the maximum amount of contracts using the 2-point profit target and the 1.25 stop loss, 50 contracts times $50 a point at 2 points equals $5,000 for a win. You do a trade and it goes your way, and you get your 2 points profit. $5,000 is what you'll get for that. For a loss, if you do the trade and you get stopped out on the trade for whatever reason, $50 times 50 contracts times 1.25 points equals a loss of $3,125. $3,125 on a $25,000 account is actually somewhere around about 12.5% of your account. Okay, so that's a really big hit on just one trade. And you think that we can have a string of losses? Okay, we definitely do have a winning streak every now and then, but it's also very common for us to have 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 losing trades in a row. And that's not going to be a problem if we use the proper money management. If one loss is 12.5% of your account, if you have, say, 4 losses in a row, that's 50% of your account wiped out in 4 trades. If you use the smarter money management of $2,500 per contract on the same account of $25,000 divided by $2,500 per contract, you would be trading 10 contracts on this account. If you were to take a stop out, that'd be $625. Now the percentage for that is only 2.5%. Okay, so what we're trying to keep it between is between 2 to 3% of your account on any single trade. If we were to have a string of losses, 2, 3, 4 losses in a row, say we had the same 4 losses in a row as we did over here, 10% of your account is all that you'd be risking. Whereas if you took your 4 losses in a row on the $500 margin and 50% of your account was gone, how hard do you think it would be to turn up to do the next trade, the 5th trade, with confidence? It'd be quite hard, wouldn't it? Okay, so it makes it a lot easier to turn up day after day and do the next trade when you limit your losses, but we let our winners run. Next thing we want to talk about is the rules for increasing contracts. You guys would have heard about compounding before. So compounding is just basically leaving any profit that we make in our accounts, and we can increase contracts for every $2,500 that account size goes up. There are a few rules to do it. Okay, you can increase one contract for every $2,500. You should increase a maximum of 5 contracts every 8 to 12 points. That's only for larger account sizes. And we'll show you what that means when we have a look at the spreadsheet in just a moment. So when we get to these levels, we want to limit the amount of contracts we can go up to 5 contracts every 8 to 12 points. Okay, you should only increase your contract or your position size at the start of the week or the month. Have a look at your position size, work out your money management, and see how many contracts you're going to be trading for the week or for the month. I personally like to do it monthly. When you open your accounts, it's a smart idea to open up 3 separate accounts. And the reason for this, we want you to develop yourself as a trader. We also want you to be profitable. Okay, so we know if you follow the 21st Century E-minis rooms, okay, we'll be profitable over a series of trades over a longer amount of time. These 2 accounts here, the Dave account and your account, are going to be manual trading accounts. They're accounts that you log into through the Dome and you control through the Dome. The 3rd account is the Auto Trader account. What you do with that one is you just deposit some money in there, okay, and you look at it as a longer term investment. You can't control anything that goes on in there except for the amount of contracts that you trade. So the first account, the Dave account, is going to be following the trading room calls only. As I said, we know over a period of time, over a period of months, and for the whole year, that we'll be profitable at the end of the year. So opening and funding this account, and the plan for this account is to follow the trading room exactly. Okay, you can use a bit of a larger capital base in this account because you're just following exactly what the moderators call. And so this account is to build confidence in the system itself. The second account, the U account, is for your own personal trading development. Okay, so you'll be picking out one of the signals, whether it's the 5-minute signal, the bullets, the power fades, the power points, what have you. Whatever you pick out, you'll be trading this account on a very small number of contracts. Okay, so you use a smaller capital base in this one. Maybe trade 1 or 2 contracts when you're first starting out. First, you might even want to do it on simulation until you're profitable, and then you come and you use 1 or 2 contracts to build confidence in yourself. The Dave account, building confidence in the system. This account over here, you're trading your calls, the ones that you think are going to work, and you build confidence in yourself as a trader, and very important for your development and being able to be self-sufficient at the end of all this. Okay, the Auto Trader account is a great one for people with extra capital to utilize. Everyone's in a different position. Some of us have, $2,500 to open an account. Some of us have $100,000. Whatever position you're in, the first account, it's a smart idea to just fund it with $5,000 as a beginning. Once you're profitable 2 months in a row, you're getting your at least 8 points a month for two months in a row. Then you can inject some capital into this account and take it up a bit further. This account over here, keep doing at smaller steps. Okay, so just baby steps, taking it up, keeping it profitable. Okay, but just building confidence in yourself. For anyone who has excess money left over, a really good thing to do is utilize the Auto Trader. Okay, so you can stick some money in the Auto Trader. Think of it as a longer term investment strategy. It's very, very conservative. The Auto Trader will only go for 1 point a week. You can potentially earn 50 to 100% a year. That's its target. Okay, so this is for people with a little bit more capital that's overflowing, and you can always switch money between any of these accounts at any time. So getting these accounts going, firstly, for you to build confidence in the system and actually start making some profit. Secondly, to build confidence in yourself and start testing yourself on the signals that you call, with the view to becoming independent trader at the end of it all. And the auto trader for using excess money and being able to spread your eggs into more than one basket. What we're going to look at now is using money management over a 12-month cycle and basically forecasting what we can do over the period of a year. We're going to look at several different examples. First will be starting with $10,000. The second, we're going to start with $50,000, and then we're going to look at 125k account and what you can do with that over the period of a year. Have a starting K of 10k, okay, and we're using compounding, okay, so we're not pulling any money out, and we add one contract every $2,500 margin, as we talked about before. Profit target that we use is 2 points a week, okay, so we're doing it very conservatively. All we need is at the end of each single week to be up 2 points. So if we started with $10,000, the contracts I could trade is 4 contracts straight away. Okay, so we'll be earning roughly $400 a week. At the end of that 4-week cycle, we go to the next cycle, and we still need to stay on the $2,500 margin. So we're still trading only 4 contracts. Okay, because we had at the end of that month $11,600 in the account. Well, at the end of that month, we have $13,200. Dividing that by 2,500 will allow us to trade 5 contracts in this month. So for this month, we make 2 points a week on 5 contracts, which leaves us with 15,200 at the end of the month. Okay, and we just keep doing this each single cycle, okay, going up in contracts. So starting on a $10,000 account, generally we go up 1 contract each 4-week cycle. Okay, so we've gone up to 9, 10. When we start getting up to around the 10 contract mark, okay, our wins or our profits are a bit more substantial, okay, and it allows us to go up a bit faster, and this is where the compounding part comes in. So at the end of this month, we had 31,000. So it allows us to jump from 10 contracts to 12 contracts. Okay, so we can go up 2 contracts in this month. And then we make enough profit to go up another 2, and you can see how it actually starts getting faster. So it took us a good sort of 9 months to be able to start going 2 contracts at a time, and then it only took us 3 cycles to start going up 3 contracts. So here I go from 16 to 19 contracts. Okay, so things start going a lot quicker for us. On this scenario, basically with a starting balance of $10,000, using the money management and compounding it up, okay, on the very conservative view of 2 points a week, we would have made $45,600 for the year and have $55,000 left in our account. Now we'll look at the 50k example. So if we carry the money that we have in our account into the next year, $50,000, that'll allow us to trade 20 contracts. And this is where the rule that we were talking about before, only going up 5 contracts every 8 to 12 points. And this is on average, so on 2 points a week, about every 6 weeks, we're going to make the 12 points profit that we need to go up the other 5 contracts. Okay, so we stay on 20 for 2 months, and then we take it up 5 to 25. Another 6 weeks, we're going to make another 12 points, so we can go up 5 in this month, and then we stay on 30 for 2 months. We go up another 5, and then we stay on 40. And we just keep increasing like that. So basically, 5 contracts every 2 months really. So at the end of the year, our total profit using the money management on the conservative outlook of 2 points a week, we would have made $176,000. Looking at your second and third years, if you were starting with account balance of $125,000, you could be trading 50 contracts at the start of the year, still going for that 2 points profit. Using that rule of only going up 5 contracts every 12 points, you can see the results there, $328,000. So that's the power of compounding your money, and basically the power of having a proper money management system in place to help you to weather the downturns and maximize your profits. So I hope you can see that sticking to these money management rules is very, very important. And even though it doesn't sound like much, 2 points a week is a very, very, very powerful number, and it allows us to make a hell of a lot of money in quite a short amount of time.